I'm Geoff Plante, and this is a New York State of Mind. Hi everyone. Over the last few days, I've been talking to a lot of our clients from New York State and across the Northeast, and we're getting a lot of questions how they can handle situations like the business disruption they're currently facing in the future so that they're well prepared to face it the next time. While we're not out of the woods, clients are talking to us already about how to be prepared. A few of the things we're talking to our clients about are how are you going to be remote in the future if your building's closed or that you can't go into the city? One, really put a plan together how you're going to have laptops for all your people and how you're going to be able to connect to the central servers. Secondly, look at productivity tools and start implementing them. Don't try to get the perfect solutions, as by the time you pick those solutions, there will be new solutions coming out. At KPMG, we're rolling out solutions that are helping our clients be productive, and then we're looking at how to improve and calibrate them over time rather than trying to make it perfect at the beginning. It's just a new paradigm of how we're working. In order to start the process, it's important to ask the right questions. Start with your business. What business processes and what business functions need to come up first? How are they going to serve their constituents, and how are the constituents going to want to be served? That is number one. Start with the business priorities. Once you've nailed the business priorities and agreed on those, you can come up with technological solutions that'll support both the internal customer and the external customer. It's very important to understand that people want intuitive tools that are click and drag and not hard where they have to do a lot of implementation. This is really going to be key to serving your constituents, especially when you have a large agency or large government entity that has thousands of people. So when we talk about technology, it's how are your employees going to utilize it and how do they work? One of the things that's very important to do is don't just then put out the technology. Understand and interview some of your employees. How does their day go on a regular basis? How do they want to use technology? How do they not get overwhelmed by the technology and be a slave to the technology? You want to have a balance between putting the technology out there, but also making the worker productive and feel empowered, but also feel like they're not being overtaken by technology and being a slave to it all day. As a government agency, one of the things you're inevitably going to have to face is that most of the new technologies are going to be in the cloud. The cloud is perfectly safe, and if you have a reputable vendor, you will be okay. The things to understand when you're talking to your vendors is where is the data located? Where are they saving the data? Many of our cloud vendors are very sophisticated, but they may store or back up things overseas. So you have to ask those kind of questions and understand what does it mean? What is being saved on a video chat? When you're doing chats, when you're doing polls, when you're doing questions and answers on the side, understand how all the data is being stored and how it's going to be used in the future. One of the things we're also being asked is this the new normal? And what we're saying is, not exactly, but what this has done is really accelerated what would have been somewhat of a normal 4 years ahead, 5 years ahead. What we're probably going to see is a mix of people working on site at their offices, working home. In the past, where there's been jobs with a lot of travel, it's probably going to be reduced maybe 50%. But what you want to do is use the on-site presence for things like meetings, team sessions, things where you really need to get the body language and other things that you can't get over the phone or on the computer, and you let people work home the other days when they really have tasks to do that they don't need to interact a lot with the rest of the team. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today on this beautiful day in upstate New York. I'd love to hear your perspectives on what we're saying and love to get your opinions. These are just our opinions, but it's what we're seeing in the market, and we'd love to hear how you're being affected and if anything we can do to help you. My contact information is on the screen.